Alright guys, Wes here, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about Ark II, the upcoming survival game by Studio Wildcard. Now as you know, Ark II has been in development for quite a while, we've been covering it on the channel, but the biggest question remains is when are we going to get the official reveal, as well as the release date and the prodigal roadmap that the developers have been hyping up for quite a while, or will Ark II suffer the same fate as many other games that have released in the past few years and get delayed? So I'm going to talk about that and more, but real quick guys, today's video is sponsored by King Arthur Legends Rise. This game was previously known as Project Knights, and the official title was recently revealed at this year's GDC. King Arthur Legends Rise will be an exciting title within the squad RPG space that features epic Arthurian quests, mythical weapons, and even crossplay between mobile and PC. Now, throughout your time on King Arthur Legends Rise, you can collect a variety of Arthurian legends. Players can build an ever-expanding party of knights, mages, rogues, and powerful iconic characters of Arthurian legend as they journey through the Kingdom of Avalon. The game also features a variety of relics for their heroes and hone them into the perfect weapon to defeat monsters and madmen in strategic combat. Now, as you make your way through quests and battle fearsome monsters, players will be tasked with rebuilding the battle-torn realm of the Kingdom of Camelot to its former glory as the ultimate fortress for their heroes. An awesome part about it is that you can play the game cross-play on mobile and PC, so you will always have an opportunity to hop on King Arthur Legends Rise. This game is one you will not want to miss. If you want to discover the hype for yourself, make sure you click the link in the description and wishlist on Steam to stay up to date with the latest news. If you want to play the game before it launches, then join the beta available on Google Play, Android, and select regions starting from March 27th. And a big thank you to King Arthur Legends Rise for sponsoring today's video. Now, as you guys know, there's a lot of uncertainty right now regarding Ark II's release date and gameplay reveal, but I don't want to be too bleak because despite the uncertainty, we've gotten quite a bit of new information about the game, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. Now, our first bit of official information to go over comes from Studio Wildcard themselves. Back in February, they revealed their intentions to drop a roadmap for the Ark IP. Now, according to their blog post, they're planning on dropping an official roadmap and timeline in the near future for everything Ark related. For instance, Ark Survival Evolved, Ark II, Survival of the Fittest, and the upcoming animated series. Now, in case you missed it, the Ark animated series was actually supposed to come out last year and kind of serve as a prequel to the next game, kind of like a transition story from the first to the second. However, the animated series is now kind of sitting in limbo and no one really knows when it's coming out. Given what we know about the upcoming projects, we should probably assume that Ark II is not going to get released until the animated series debuts. So really, until that happens, we shouldn't hold our breath for an Ark II release date. But all of that being said, Studio Wildcard seems to have a roadmap in the works that will make everything clear. And the last thing we heard from Studio Wildcard is that it's going to be made public on March 31st. Some people on Twitter have theorized that this is actually just an April Fool's joke, but I don't think so. After a number of delays and a ton of uncertainty, I don't think Studio Wildcard is going to psych us out with a fake roadmap for the future of their IP. So as of recording this video, you can expect some kind of Ark II and animated series news on March 31st. But thankfully for us, we don't have to wait until the 31st for more Ark II details, because recently Studio Wildcard revealed a ton of new intel on the new game's weapon system. Ark II is going to feature an extremely deep weapon modding system, and the team is really excited about just how much customization there's going to be in the game. So Ark II is going to feature 4 new weapon sets, those being the Shield Bearer set, the Survivor set, the Scrap Metal set, and the Aratai set. Each set has a sword and a shield, and according to the concept art, any sword can be combined with any shield, and that's basically all this concept image revealed. It showed off the different weapon tiers, which I think is really awesome. It shows that this game is going to kind of keep it back to the prehistoric vibe from the start of Ark 1. Now, obviously there was tech in that game, and I'm sure there's going to be tech in Ark 2, but I'm glad that they're starting things kind of back down to ground level. But like I said, that's all this concept image revealed. This is likely because Studio Wildcard is saving all of the fancy details for their next gameplay showcase, or possibly the upcoming roadmap. Maybe we get a trailer with the release of that roadmap, who knows? Likely not going to be the case. That's just me coping. Now, in the post about this image, it stated that this would be the end of boring one-size-fit-all weapons. So whatever the team is working on for the weapon customization system, they are super excited to show it off in the near future, which I think is exciting. In addition to the new weapon modding system, Studio Wildcard revealed a couple of new creature designs. The first design was, of course, the Carno, which looks absolutely awesome in the Ark II art style. As you guys probably know, the Carno was in Ark 1, and it was a real-life dinosaur. And some of you probably don't remember it as the main villain from the 2000 Disney movie Dinosaur. Anyone remember that movie? It's okay if nobody does. Now, the other new piece of concept art recently revealed is an awesome original creature called the Uraniamorphous, which is just a giant spider. The concept art also shows the creature surrounded by a bunch of little spiders, which might play into the gameplay somehow. I am super excited to see all of the Ark II dinosaurs in Unreal Engine 5, because just the concept art alone makes these dinos look absolutely incredible. Now, as for when we're seeing Ark II next, I think it's pretty wildly accepted that we'll be getting a bunch of gameplay or a new trailer at the very least at the next Xbox showcase. Xbox held a developer direct in early 2023 where they only focused on a handful of games, and Ark 2 certainly wasn't one of them. It was confirmed a couple of weeks ago that Microsoft is planning on holding another showcase in June, on June 11th, 2 days before the start of E3. A lot of major players in the gaming industry announced earlier this year that they would not be at E3, but instead hold their own conferences before the expo starts. So far, the only confirmed conferences that we have are Xbox on June 11th, and then the Ubisoft Forward that was just announced yesterday. But I'm sure Sony and Nintendo will reveal their plans in the near future. But as it pertains to Ark 2, I think it's safe to assume that we'll see it at Xbox's June event. The game was revealed almost 3 years ago, and since then, we haven't gotten any major trailer or gameplay showcase. I definitely appreciate how active the developers have been on their blog, but this game is not going to release without a major marketing push from Microsoft after all the hype that they've generated for it. Xbox's Twitter also said multiple times that the game is coming out this year, so if they're hosting a big event for their major projects, I think there's a 99% chance that Ark 2 has some kind of presence there. If the game truly is coming out by the end of 2023, I'm expecting a ton of new gameplay at the big Xbox game showcase in June. Now, all of that being said, I think we have to at least entertain the possibility that Ark 2 gets delayed to next year. Microsoft first-party games have all been riddled with delays, which is part of the reason why 2022 was such a weak year for them. But to Microsoft and rather Studio Wildcard's credit, they've remained adamant that Ark 2 is actually coming out in 2023, but with how little we've actually seen of it over the last few years, I think we have to at least consider that another delay is happening. The gaming industry is in a really weird spot right now, and games are getting delayed constantly. The fact that practically all of our Ark 2 news has been limited to the developer's blog really makes me worry that they don't have much more to show to us right now, which makes it hard to believe that the game is actually coming out this year. Granted, I could be reading far too into this, but I really wouldn't be surprised if the Xbox game showcase rolls around and we get a whole bunch of new gameplay and updates for Ark 2, but then at the end of the trailer we get hit with a 2024 release date, similar to how the most recent Starfield trailer came out, with a delay to September of this year. Now, in addition to the lack of information about Ark 2, I think there's also a chance that Microsoft pushes it back specifically because of Starfield. Starfield is launching in September now and is going to be Xbox's main system seller for a while, but I'm not sure Microsoft will want to release a big game on Game Pass like Ark 2 and Starfield right next to each other. Now, Starfield and Ark are very different games, but if Starfield is coming out in September, I think the absolute earliest that Ark 2 would launch is December, unless they somehow decide to release it and hot drop it this summer. But the reality of the situation is they will likely push things back for an early 2024 release so that they can polish the game more. No matter how excited you are for this game, just keep in mind that it's extremely possible that it gets pushed back to 2024. Again, I'm super confident that we will see Ark 2 at the Xbox showcase, but as for the release date, I'm on the fence about whether or not Microsoft actually follows through and drops it by the end of 2023. Now, if you guys didn't know, Ark 2 is going to be a console launch exclusive for the Xbox Series X and S, and of course releasing on PC, Game Pass, and Steam via the Steam Early Access as well as Xbox Game Preview. So it's going to probably have a shaky launch. Let's be honest, Ark 2 had a ton of issues at launch, so I would expect with this game being a completely new engine upgrade and a brand new game, I would expect there to be a ton of issues. So that's why I think that a delay is likely going to happen. And if we're just being brutally honest with each other, if you look at the track record of Studio Wildcard, they are known to constantly delay things. So whenever Wildcard gives us a release date or a potential release, even a release window, the odds of them hitting that window is slim to pretty much none. Now, overall, I'm really excited for Ark 2. Ark 1 had a ton of great ideas, and it's largely responsible for shaping the modern survival genre as we know it. With how much work is going into the sequel and how much money is being put into it, I'm eager to see what it ends up looking like and playing like. Whenever a project is this heavily funded and this heavily delayed, I can't help but to just get a little bit nervous about the state of the development. Is things going wrong, or is everything going as planned? Now, I'm confident in what Ark 2 is going to end up being like. Like I said, it'll be a little bit rocky, but the foundation is going to be there, and I think that's the part that we should be most excited about. Regardless though, I'm excited to finally get my hands on this game. I've been waiting for a while, ever since we got the first initial reveal trailer. So whenever it releases, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping it'll be this summer, but not too close to Tears of the Kingdom, and definitely not too close to Starfield. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Is Ark 2 releasing this year, or will Studio Wildcard delay it one more time? Sound off in the comment section, like the video, subscribe to the channel with your notifications turned on. Thank you so much to today's sponsor of the video, King Arthur Legends Rise. Definitely go check the link in the description and check out the game. Also, don't forget to enter the 110,000 subscriber PS5 giveaway. I'm giving away a PS5 and a game copy of your choice. To enter, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, comment your Twitter handle, tweet me proof that you're subscribed, and I've also got bonus entries in the pinned comment. Thank you all for watching. This has been Wes, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.